Namaste everyone. I'm Ramyashri. Welcome to my channel Ashwin's Astrology. So in this video I'll covering the rest of the Rashis, that is from Tula Rashi to Meena Rashi. So let's begin with that. So now continuing with Tula Rashi actually. Tula Rashi natives, Mars is second and seventh lord for you, and Mars will be transiting in seventh house for you. So Mars being the seventh lord in the seventh house is a good transit, but Mars being a natural malefic, it will definitely pose some amount of problems in your marital life. So you might frequently end up fighting with your spouse, having disagreements or misunderstandings for each and every matter. So there could be frequent quarrels also at home with your spouse, and this might actually trigger some emotional environment also, because moon and Rahu is very close to the seventh house as well. So moon is also afflicted, so who is your 10th lord, so your career also goes for a toss, as you will be struggling very hard to manage your work life balance. And eighth house is conjunct with three of the malefic planets and also a less malefic planet like sun. So Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, Sun, all here till June 14th will actually trigger some results would be very unexpected. So if you have any litigation case going on regarding inheritance, let's say civil cases going on, so that might find some amount of progress during this time period. It won't reach the end, or it wouldn't get completed during this time, because it needs the malefic planets presence or some support actually. So it won't reach end very soon, but it will help you to have a bigger or a upper hand in it. So you might see some positive progress in that. And because eighth house has so many planets, so if you are interested in occult sciences like astrology, so you will find more and more time also, and also you will see some progress in that as well. So if you are a spiritual person, this is a very good transit, because your own Rashi Adhipati is in the eighth house and it is in another house. So your Rashi Adhipati is bit weak right now, but because your Shani, which is fourth and fifth lord, Yoga Karaka for you is in the fifth house, even though it is Pancham Shani, so it is giving you a good amount of results from stock market perspective. So if you have invested and maintained a long term perspective in stock markets, and if you're having a position from a very long time, so this time you will be getting good amount of results also based on that. So for Tula Rashi native, Shani is actually making sure that you get good results also. But because Shani is also a natural malefic, there could be some emotional turbulences which you have to fight, which you have to face frequently. And also we can see the natural karaka for emotions, moon is also afflicted in the sixth house, along with by being in Rahu Ketu's axis. So, and that's a watery sign also. But moon Rahu conjunction in the sixth house for you is kind of a Raj Yoga, and will give you that unwavering spirit to fight back against all the odds you have in life. So this is a very good combination for the sports persons of Tula Rashi natives, and also for law professionals as well, because Tula Rashi has a symbol only denotes the law profession. So any law professionals of Tula Rashi natives, it will give you that spirit to fight back against your enemies, and this will ensure victory also if your dasha and antardasha is supported. Because at the end of the day, everything draws down to your own individual kundli, as well as the dasha and antardasha which is running right now for all of you. So for Tula Rashi natives, the only suggestion I will give you regarding the remedy is to worship Hanuman and to manage your day-to-day routine, as well as your relation with your closed ones, especially with your spouse, as well as with your in-laws also. Try to maintain that better, because your eighth lord Venus is actually a bit combust also, deeply combust also, and is of not much strength right now, even though at own house. So just work on that matter. Apart from that, everything seems to be good for Tula Rashi native. Next, coming to Vrishik Rashi natives. For Vrishik Rashi natives, Mars is your own Rashi Adhipati, as well as the sixth lord in the sixth house. So this will give you that amount of energy and courage to fight and win over enemies. So there is no doubt that you will get the complete victory, and you'll get secure the victory also. And now with Jupiter's Guru Bala also, because it's in the seventh house and it is conjoined by many other benefits and so many planets. So if any public personality of Vrishik Rashi is there, they will definitely get name, fame, and money during this time, because your 10th lord, your 7th lord, your 11th lord, your 8th lord, and also your 2nd and 5th lord all are in 7th house, and that forms a great amount of Raj Yoga. So no way that Vrishik Rashi native will miss out on the great achievements or the great benefic results during this time. So this is a good time period for Vrishik Rashi natives. But having Saturn, who is the third and fourth lord in the fourth house, so this creates some problems in having a pleasant life. So it wouldn't be a comfortable life, or you might have to keep changing your residence or changing your job as well, and or bringing some problems related to your workplace as well, because Saturn in fourth house is aspecting your sixth house as well as your 10th house, and it is also uplifting the sixth lord by aspect. So Saturn aspect on Mars can cause some problems in workplace perspective, but Jupiter's grace on your Rashi will save you from that. So just be wise enough, just be a good strategic person also, because Venus Rashi is where Jupiter is. So being a strategic, strategically wise enough can help you to solve any kind of problems in your life during this time period. So Moon and Rahu conjunction in the fifth house. So this is not good from the children perspective. So Vrishtik Rashi natives, pay much attention to your children, as especially from health perspective as well as from their education perspective, because Moon is the ninth lord in the fifth house and is afflicted with Rahu Ketu. So your children's education may not go smooth during this time, or it would have some obstacles also, because Moon is in the Rahu Ketu axis. So when Ketu and Rahu comes in picture, it is a grand dosh, and with a luminary getting involved, there is no there's no room at all for Rahu Ketu being beneficial, even though they are in the Rahu is in a Jupiter sign and Ketu is in Mercury sign, and both this poster of Rahu Ketu is in the good place. They are in the Graha Yudh very soon on 4th or 5th of June. So for the next 30-35 days at least, because Mercury will stay in Rishabh Rashi for some time and then will move to Mithun Rashi. There it will get in a much better position. But till then, try to have a good, cordial and a very lovable relation with your children, and also keep an eye on what your children are doing, because most of the times when Moon Rahu conjunction is there in fifth house, we do say that children may go out of box or out of boundary and commit something, because even if there should be a promise in your horoscope also, and if your dasha antardasha is not good, or if your kundli is indicating something that you will have those kind of children, so no doubt you may actually face those kind of consequences, and that is definitely very difficult for any parent to imagine being in those shoes. So I do understand that, and that's why I'm suggesting keep an eye on your children. This is for Vrishtik Rashi natives. Keep an eye on your children, and please be very careful about your children. It's because I know Vrishtik Rashi natives, because they are the Martian persons, they will be short-tempered also, but it is very good to manage them also well during this time period. So the remedy for them is to praying to Ma Durga, because Ma Durga is represented by Moon Rahu's conjunction, and Moon Rahu conjunction is good in certain places like 6, 8, 12, but not in the fifth house, especially during transit. In eighth house also it is not good, but is at least better when aspected by some planet. But here there is no aspect also, and your fifth house is in Papu Kattari Yoga also. So pray to Ma Durga to get rid of any kind of problems which your children may face, and that may cause emotional imbalance also for you. So to get rid of it, please worship Ma Durga. Next, moving to Dhanu Rashi. So for Dhanu Rashi natives, Mars is the 5th and 12th lord and is transiting in the 5th house. So this enables, if anyone of Dhanu Rashi natives is trying for scholarship or trying for education abroad, so this could be the time period you would get that. And also, your children, if they are planning to go abroad also, that also would be possible, because 4, 5 and 12 is getting connected with the third house Saturn's aspect, because third house is the short travel. So that also is possible. And having Moon Rahu conjunction in fourth house, so there could be change in residence, or there could be change in job also. And the eighth lord Moon is getting into fourth house, so it can even result in the job change as well as the transfer also for public sector employees. So for private sector employees, it could be a job change, or it could be like for artist of Sagittarius, that is Dhanu Rashi, you might experience some new development in your career, because of which you would be very happy as well, because Moon Rahu conjunction in fourth house For Dhanu Rashi, it is in a way good because your fourth lord is in the sixth house and with so many planets in sixth house. So if you have any existing loans, it will, or existing debt, it will get cleared, and you might even secure loan also during this time period. And Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Sun in the sixth house is a great combination, considering that you have all the benefits in sixth house. So you can expect that you will definitely have some troubles, but in the terms of health and in the terms of debt, so you might experience some better results. That is, you might try to buy a new home also, and that will be financed by a bank loan, because Jupiter is the bank, and being in sixth, it will become the bank loan. So fourth lord in the sixth house can help you in being a bank loan. So that also can happen. So being the second and third lord, Saturn in the third house, so you will be very hardworking, and you will put lot of efforts also to accomplish certain tasks, and this will do well from your career perspective as well. But because Rahu Ketu is in fourth and axis, you will experience a lot of high pressure from your managers or from higher management as well. And Rahu Ketu axis in fourth and is always terrible position for career. So for Dhanu Rashi natives, the remedy wise I can say is that worship Ganesha, because your career is something where you can actually find more problems. So worship Ganesha, and that could be the best remedy, is what I can say. Next, going to Makar Rashi. So for Makar Rashi natives, your Rashi and your second lord Saturn is in second house. So your accumulation of money or your savings goes on toss every time. So it's happening from long time, and now with Jupiter's aspect on your Rashi, you're able to somehow manage, but again money is a problem for you. So this is something you have to get adjusted. But before going, has Saturn gets retrograde also by 30th of June, uh, it will become much better. So you, if you don't have any source of income, I think you'll get that source of income by the time Saturn gets retrograde, because by getting retrograde we have to take it for the Rashi. So Saturn comes to your Rashi only, so you will get an opportunity of creating one more source of income as well. So that's one thing. And the fourth lord in the fourth house, so Mars in the fourth house, so this is very good for people who are dealing with real estate matters, especially from Makar Rashi. And also people who are trying to buy a new home, this also is possible, because for Makar Rashi, Mars is the fourth and 11th lord in the fourth house. So Saturn is also aspecting Mars, so there is a connection of Rashi Adhipati as well as the fourth house and fourth lord. So if you're planning to buy a new home, so this is possible. And if you're planning to buy a new vehicle, that also possible, because Venus is in a good conjunction right now, and also it is in conjunction with the ninth house, which is for the long travels as well. So you can expect any Tirtha Yatra also during this time period. So for Makar Rashi natives, overall, from financial matters, it is not good. From other matters, it is really good. So the only thing which I suggest for Makar Rashi natives is to chant Hanuman Chalisa on a daily basis. So this is for Makar Rashi. Next, coming to Kumbha Rashi. So for Kumbha Rashi natives, you're already in the mid phase of Sadesati, and having Moon and Rahu in the second house is causing a lot of problems in terms of finances in your family as well. So you don't have that peace in your family, and Saturn now transiting over your Moon, and next Rahu will come to you. So for the next 2-3 years, I think mental peace is a problem. So you have to have patience if you're not in a good dasha, antardasha, and also worship Ma Durga also to save you from the problems, because it is the only solution I can give for Kumbha Rashi, because having so many planets in the fourth house, so it will give all the luxury, all the comfort to you at home, but you will not be happy, because the happiness has to come within, and that's very much missing for Kumbha Rashi natives right now. And having Ketu in the eighth house, so the so much amount of problems in life is actually bringing the kind of depression in you, and later the depression will turn into vairagya, and Ketu in the eighth house will make you spiritual. So you are already transiting towards that phase, and most of the times in Sadasati, that's what happens. A person who is completely materialistic turns spiritual, and the people who turn spiritual is one will be saved by Shanidev also, or else Shanidev will torment the native to much extent until the person accepts it. So the better way to handle Shanidev's effects here on the Rashi, because no other planets are harming you the way Saturn is actually teaching you the lesson. So be spiritual, be kind to people, and that's how I think you'll be able to manage this time period. But because Mars is in your third house and also Saturn is aspecting it, your younger sibling will help you, or there could be some issue with your younger siblings. Next, moving to the final Rashi, that is Meena Rashi. So for Meena Rashi, it is you are in Rahu Ketu axis and Moon coming to Rahu, and your Rashi is in Papakartar Yoga also right now. So monetary issues definitely will have because of Mars presence in the second house, because Mars is ninth and second lord in the second house. But Mars is natural malefic and is aspected by your 12th lord Saturn. So no matter how much money you earn, it will go off in a flow that you can't even identify and you can't even stop it also. That's one disadvantage you will actually see right now. So no matter how much money you save, you will not be able to hold it also. Saturn will make sure that money is spent actually, because second lord in second, it's getting a complete hold on the second house and second lord. So Mars will try to protect it. So, but that will not be 100% successful. Because of Moon Rahu in your Rashi, you will be confused and you will be in an illusion of what result you have to take or what decision you have to take. And because of that, praying to Ma Durga and also worshipping Subramanya is highly beneficial for you, because from your Rashi 5th house, Moon is in your Rashi. So Moon's presence on your Rashi along with Rahu. So this indicates that you have emotional imbalance also during this time period. There will be a roller coaster daily routine also for you. So to manage all those negative energies, to manage all those ups and downs in life, I think you have to worship Ma Durga, chant Durga Saptashati Shloki on a daily basis, and if possible get the Durga Saptashati one Samputa Parayana also. That will be useful for Meena Rashi natives. And apart from that, the third house having so many benefic planets, so whatever efforts you are putting in, that will be fruitful for you. But you won't be able to enjoy the fruits of it, because your Rashi itself is having malefics as well as you are surrounded by malefics. So you will be putting good amount of efforts, and that will also reach a good amount of, to a good extent of success also, but you will not be able to reap the benefits out of it. So this is the only problem I can see for Meena Rashi natives. So apart from this, you will have disagreements with your spouse because Ketu is in your 7th house. So you will have those kind of situation also with your spouse where you want to disagree with her or with him, but you'll not be able to do, because you yourself are in a pit in such a way that you can't get out of it. So you are just waiting because you are in the first phase of Sadesati. So you are undergoing the transformation. So that's how the time period for you will be, because you have to handle both Saturn and Rahu simultaneously, and now Mars also is coming. So handling all the three at a time is definitely difficult for Meena Rashi native. So worship Ma Durga, and also possible worship Hanuman also, because Mars Saturn is causing that path karkari. So you'll be able to tackle the problems bit wisely than before. So these were the transit predictions of Mars to Mesh Rashi for all the individual moon signs. I hope you liked it. Please drop in your feedback and suggestions in the comment box. I'll take it up. And if you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to receive instant notifications.